Hello everyone. Once we are done with the first video tutorial about why there is a need of data structure and algorithm, it's time to start with big O notation. Firstly, when we write our code, we need to measure efficiency of our code as well. For that purpose, big O notation is used. Big O notation is used to measure time as well as space complexity. What we are talking about till now. So, suppose when our number of inputs increases in correspondence to the number of input, how much time our code will take to perform some particular task. That is denoted by big O notation. Suppose I am taking some number of input, but according to that number of input, my time to execute my code is not increasing or it is not decreasing. That means my code is following O of 1 big O notation. If my input increases from 1 to gradually some number and accordingly my time taken by the code is also increasing from 1 to n, at that time it is following O of n. And slowly it reaches to the worst case where as number of input increases by 1, the number of time taken by the code will increase by the square. What it is exactly saying and how it is exactly performing. Let's understand this thing with an example. Firstly, when we are saying that we are calculating big O notation, at that time we need to consider following things. First, how many operation we are executing. Then, is there any comparison we are performing? Is there any loop? Is there any function call we are doing? So all these parameters are necessary when we are calculating big O notation. Once we have that, we are good to go ahead and calculate big O notation. Suppose we have been given or asked to find sum of all the numbers from 1 to n. That means 1 to 10 in our case. At that time, some people will do the calculation using for loop where they will run the loop from n is equal to 1 to n is equal to lesser than or equal to 10. And one by one, they will add up their answer to the sum. And at the end, they will print the value. On the other hand, some people will follow different approach and they will directly use this formula. So here we are not actually using any for loop. In a single straightforward manner we are calculating this. So this solution is much better than the for loop solution. After this, we need to understand how we can exactly find out the big O notation of particular function. So for that particular thing, let's meet in our next video tutorial. Thank you very much for now.